Hello and welcome to Chat19, a podcasty-style thingamajig featuring the players that you love from Nat19. Here we'll be delving into some of your most burning questions you submitted using the questionnaire form in this video's description, as well as on our Twitch page. I'm your host, Chase, also known as Coffin Jockey. Got my name wrong there. And I am joined today by some lovely, lovely people who probably won't get their names wrong. How about you guys introduce yourselves, as well as a little bit of info about your characters, starting with Spencer.
Oh. Hi, I'm Chip. Oh, fuck.
I know! It's so easy to get wrong!
So difficult. Hi, I'm Spencer. I play Vogan and Tagachi on in the Vestige campaign.
Woo.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing okay. Or was that for the audience?
That was for anybody who was willing to answer.
Get in the comments! Tell Spencer about your day!
In great detail.
In excessive detail, we will make sure he does see it, even if we have to go so far as to mail the comments to his house. He will see them. It's going to be a good time
to see them.
Next up, we have Hayden.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Chase, also known as Coffin. Fuck. Alright, shit. I'm Spencer.
I know.
Oh my goodness.
Hi, I'm Hayden Daviau, also known as Hayden Sob, because that's a new thing. Yay, married life and stuff. Pretty great. Yay. I play Aviana Kolesh, the Hanyo Rogue, on Vestige of a Fuckus.
Vestige of a fuck ass. I love that campaign.
Over here.
I don't know who I am anymore.
I was waiting for someone to say, and I play Aviana. Like, get the name wrong on the character. I play Coffin Jockey.
I play Hanzo.
I play Aviana, the Hanzo Rogue. Delightful. We have a bunch of questions submitted by our fans of Nat19, and the questions are as follows. Dear Tag and Tweety Bird, what with how the party knows about Honokuni and its history, how do the both of you feel about the young lord? Has the past events with his family and the nobles made him another victim, or is this 1,000-year-old child far too gone in your eyes? Let's start with Tag. How's Tag feel about the 1,000-year-old baby?
Tag feels sympathy for him. He's like even after all that we've learned about, you know, the young lord and fucking what's his name again? The guy with his sword.
Steven.
That's Steven. Steve. No, just everything they've learned about the two of them, just like, man, really sucks for this kid that he's been drawn into this and Hirahita's delusions. But no, he feels not great. Like, I will do everything in my power to help as much as I can, I guess. I think that's how Tag feels.
All right. How's Avi feeling? How many knives are involved in this feeling?
On a scale of 1 to knife.
I like that there's no 0 knife answer.
It's Avi. There's always a knife involved. Old Tweety Bird Aviana Mopiana Kryless. She is kind of in a similar boat where she definitely feels sympathy for Samurai at this point, because she feels she's she feels that Samurai is very much a victim of Hirohito's conquest as much as anybody else is. It's like, yeah, he feels loyalty to him, and he's clearly wiser than, you know, he lets on. He is still very childish and has that innocence. After she learned everything from, I can't remember the head butterfly's name that we met.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember her name, but after like we spoke to her and everything that we've learned at this point, Aviana's instincts to protect people are definitely kind of at the forefront of her brain with Samurai. She thinks there's definitely not something to be gained, but he could be bargained with. And after like what Wrench told us that he spoke to them about, it's like, I think he can be persuaded. I think our biggest obstacle is Hirohito, and I think in order for Samurai to be able to move on and actually live his life, I think Hirohito has to go away.
He's gotta go.
He's gotta go.
That is fair.
But yeah, no, she feels sympathy for the kid.
Okay. Just a couple follow-up questions. Who's the kid? What's his deal? Who's Samurai? What's a Hirohito? Talked about a lot of stuff I don't know things about.
Okay, so Samurai is huh?
It's alrighty then.
Alrighty then. So Samurai Saigo is essentially, oh god, what would it be called? Like he and Hirohito are essentially like in charge, quote unquote, of the domain of dread that we're in. The whole campaign arc.
He's the lord of the land.
He's the lord of the land. And Samurai is he's like a child, but he's an elf, so you know.
Okay.
He looks like a baby, but he's like 1,000. We don't know how old he is.
Okay.
Oh god, I'm trying to think the most concise way to explain it. Basically, they Hirohito was like kind of down on his luck, wound up getting saved. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Saved by Samurai and like brought into their house, even though Samurai is noble family. They're like the noble family of Honokuni, and his family didn't like that. Shit like, went bad. Icky. They're like, icky, no, badman.
From the outside, be gone.
Be gone! But Samurai and Hirohito wound up becoming friends, and then Hirohito's like, well, I'm gonna protect this young lord, and then shit went bad with the family, so it jumped to, jumped to Hirohito slaughtering the Saigo clan and all the nobles, and then something domain of dread happened. That is like the most basic shit with a lot cut out.
Okay, so you know, Honokuni is basically, you know, every couple of times, every unit of time, they get to reenact this thing where a stranger comes into a house, and then everyone dies.
Yes, actually.
Great. All right, I get the gist of it.
Yeah.
That sounds about right to me.
There's my high quality explanation.
That sounds fine. That's probably fine.
Good as far as I know.
Yeah, that all sounds canon. Fucking fair. So that's, and the 1,000-year-old baby is unable to leave because he's just so babyish and 1,000-year, and can't just fuck off from Honokuni. All right.
Yeah,
that sounds about right. I mean, nobody can fuck off from Honokuni from the sound of it. So
literally no one.
Generally seems like the place you have to stay. So okay, all right. I guess I get it. So, you know, generally feel bad for the 1,000-year-old baby, feel murdery for the 1,000-year-old baby's attendant boy.
Yeah, basically.
Cool, I get it. All right, yeah. All right, sweet.
1,000-year-old attendant is he's an asshole, though.
No, he's a dick. He also has the weapon we need, so he's gotta die either way.
Like, outside of Honokuni, like, when they were still, like, in the outside of their demi-plane, when Honokuni was still in the world, he was basically fixing to take over other places, I think. And to prevent that, I think a big old dragon put all of Honokuni in this place.
Oh!
Heckin' Seiryu no Tenkei is just like, no.
No, you're bad. Get put in your place.
The dark powers are like, and put a dome on it.
Yeah.
And also, no flavors.
No
Flavors are forbidden here. More arbitrary rules to come.
You were doing so well. You were
Go
doing
away.
so well right up until that last part. That he's just
So the dragon didn't ban flavors.
No,
It was someone else that banned the flavors. There's another conspiracy here, guys.
I
We
just
gotta get
had
the
to
bottom
come
of it.
off mute to express how disappointed I am that you were doing so well right up until a dragon put them all in there. Anyways, back on silent I go.
didn't say the dragon.
I didn't say you!
The dragon put them all there. Remove flavor. Flavor was the first thing to go. We all know
He
it.
said no to Flavor Town.
Yeah,
Yep.
Flavor Town is Guy Fieri's domain of dread. That's an entirely other place where there's nothing but flavor.
Flavor Town campaign, let's go!
Yep. You can only eat, and there's only flavor. Alright, next question is, Dear Tag, as another devoted to a lady of questionable morality, how has that shaped your view of Nemric? Do you understand his loyalty, or is there a point to which you would hold his service to a literal devil against him?
It'd be hypocritical of him to judge to judge Nemric, I think.
I'd say that's probably a fair analysis.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, it's not like Fiona ever had a point where she was good.
No, it's true.
She was good to Nemric
like
and a few choice others.
like Tag follows the good version of Setsumaru, like the one he got to know back when she was not a vampire. And Nemric has been day one like, hey, Fiona's my gal, this literal devil who will not hesitate to end me if I mess up once. So
Yeah. The redeeming features of Fiona are allegedly in there somewhere, according to Nemric.
I don't know about that.
I also don't
Seems
know about
convinced.
that.
He's convinced of that, sure. It's like, that's how you sure, that's how you would talk about your mom. You're looking for anything you possibly can.
I don't know if y'all watched the previous episode of Chat19, but I went on a whole fucking tirade about my conspiracy theories involving that.
I did, and it was hilarious.
My headcanons will reign supreme forever. No one can tell me otherwise.
That Nemric had an abusive childhood, was that it?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You should definitely go listen to it, Spence. It's a good time.
I probably should.
Yeah, it's very funny.
But yeah. I think Tag mainly views, like, his view of Nemric is shaped by his own, like, experiences with Nemric. He's not really judging him for his devotion to Fiona. Like, by his own merits and everything. Like, that's where he finds his opinion of Nemric, which is, like, I mean, he's charming and he's sometimes he does the right thing. Sometimes he's not. But yeah.
Sometimes he Nemrics.
Sometimes he's a Nemric. So
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a fair analysis, I feel. Oh, that Nemric.
Oh, that Nemric.
So just to end on the last point there, do you know of a line in the sand that Nemric could not cross in service to Fiona, where you would actually hold it against him?
Probably if he like did something drastic to betray the party. Because I think proved his loyalty to the party recently. But no, if he he'd have to do something really, really bad if for Tag to not understand. I think. Because at the point, it's just like, I get it. Like, there was a point in my life where I would have done that literally anything for Setsumaru, and if she told me to fucking slaughter a dude, like, I'd probably do it, yeah. But
yeah. So there is a line somewhere. It'd just be a case by case kind of basis till you find it. Sounds like
basically.
Yeah,
Basically,
that's
yeah.
fair. But speaking of Satsumaru, we have the next question, which is also for Tag.
Oh
Dear
my God.
Taguchi, so you met the Crystal Queen. How do you feel that went? I don't have context for that. I don't think that's fully accurate based on context clues of the rest of these questions, but like, could you describe the events leading up to that and what it was?
So we were on our way up a mountain to go see the mystical sky dragon that rules over the land.
That put Honokuni where it is and remove flavor from the realm. Yep.
That's canon.
I know the one. Yep.
So basically what happened was we were fighting a shadow dragon. And then Tag, Aviana, Fenris, and Miriam got pulled into their own separate little demiplane inside a demiplane.
Honotuni.
A Russian doll of planes. Where we met a version of the Crystal Queen. It wasn't the real Crystal Queen. It was basically the mountain was testing Tag because he does work for the Crystal Queen, and they had to know where Tag's loyalties lie, whether with the party's best interests or the Crystal Queen's. So she proceeded to basically slaughter everybody, and while testing Tag, like, we could end this now if you just go off and slaughter your friends and give me the Constella queries. Tag was like, no, that doesn't feel right. No thanks. And then test ended. They were like, all right, you're good. Go up the mountain. So, yeah. As far as how it went, pretty fucking poorly. Yeah, he was very much like, you are, like, this version of yourself is not the version that I follow. And I will fight you tooth and nail to protect my friends. And yeah, it went pretty poorly.
That's fair.
To the point where Logan was just like, we might have to have a talk about Tag later.
Oh.
It's like, we never did. So
it's probably fine. It's probably fine. It's probably
Yeah.
fine. So you'd say that would have left a bad taste in your mouth if that dragon hadn't removed all the flavor from Honokuni.
Yeah.
I got you. All right.
But the thing
that's
is,
fair.
at the top of the mountain, we could taste things. So if there was a bad taste in his mouth,
The dragon's hoarding
he's-
flavor like gold?
Yeah.
That's the dragon's hoard, is the flavor hoard. Oh my god. Up the top of Flavor Mountain, you must be pure of heart. The fucking theories! The theory crafting! This is why you watch Chat19, for the theory crafting.
For the very accurate theory.
Yes. So many headcanons, so little time. Oh, I love it. I fucking love it. Next question I have is for Avi. Dear Aviana, for someone so proficient with thieves' tools, it's crazy how you don't know how to open up. Do you think there might be a future with a bright and cheery Avi?
No.
That's fair.
what
DC's
Tag's
too
working
high.
on.
DC's too high, can't open it.
That's what Tag's working on. He's
Yeah.
trying to get her to
Yeah.
open up.
She, it's kind of surprised her a lot. Like, I'll touch on that. It surprised Aviana a lot how much, being around Taguchi has actually helped her open up. Could be something about, who knows, something parental care that she never had, something, who knows?
Something dad issues.
Something, just parent issues. Go-lash out here. But it's definitely taken her by surprise how open she's become with Taguchi, because like most people in her life, she couldn't stand him at first because...
What?
Well, that's so her defense, you know? She's like, no, if I am mean to you, you'll leave me alone, and then I don't have to deal with when you leave. So you stay over there, fuck off.
Fucking still comes to mind, why were Avi and Hanzo just chill immediately? If that is your default response to everyone.
I figured it out. I've thought about this a lot. I was like, when was that a thing? And I'm like, Hanzo was just so chill. He didn't ask too many questions. He just kind of was like, cool, let's just get the job done and just do it. He was quiet. He was chill. She was pissed. I was going over like the journals that I took during the Suicide Squawk episode. And I'm like, oh yeah, she was so mad at him for his fucking fear ability.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really funny.
But
so good. But you know, Hanzo was just like so chill, and it was the same kind of thing with Omar, where it's like you're chill, not too intrusive, and it was also we're just working together. I don't expect to ever see you again. So she was able to just have some kind of relationship and then be ready to move on, because it was at that point just a work relationship.
That's fair. That is completely fair.
But with people who are gonna be actively in her party, she's like, no, I don't want to like you. Because if I like you and you die, I have to deal with feeling shitty about that. And I don't want to. And I'm really tired of people leaving and dealing with having to like feel shitty when people leave. So I'd rather people just aren't around and not have to deal with it. So when she does connect with people, it's very uncomfortable for her. And she's still gonna push back, and she's gonna call them assholes and still just be generally unpleasant. Like, she's a grumpy person just in general. She wasn't always that way. She's a grumpy person in general now. But she, especially being around Tag, she's opening up a lot more and being able to just kind of be more of who she wanted to be, which has been kind of an interesting journey with her lately.
Oh, hooray.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Man, how is she gonna feel when Tag leaves?
She's not thinking about that too hard right now.
I feel like that's a pretty solid segue into Dear Aviana. I'm pretty sure the exact words Aviana used were, she looks at you, parentheses Taguchi, with heartbreak in her eyes, end quote. Could you expand on Aviana's opinions of Fenris's ice dad now after all of that? Oh yeah, and Miriam was cut in half in front of you after you promised to get him out alive or whatever. What do you think that did /change/reinforced for our favorite bird vigilante, So there's a lot of context I don't have for that.
Oh, buddy!
This all happened in the Crystal Queen fight.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah. Oh my god, my brain was such a blur that session. Yeah, the exact words Aviana used. Yeah, no, the moment Taguchi kneeled down in front of the Crystal Queen when she appeared, even though, like, we found out it was a test later. I don't think that's quite left her, but the moment he, like, kneeled down in front of her, it's like her heart stopped. It's like, fuck. Are you fucking kidding? Like, I'm not shocked, and I hate that I'm not shocked, but it still just was that heart in the stomach, like, fucking hell. Expand on Aviana's opinions of Fenris's ice dad. After all that, she trusts him now more than ever, because of the way that he handled himself and that he chose to stick by her, and like she and Fenris and Miriam, he stood by them and was especially standing by her. She doesn't get it. She doesn't get why he I wouldn't say is drawn to her, but tends to want to spend like time with her and like talk to her. She doesn't quite get it for herself. But she trusts him now a lot more and feels a lot closer to him. And as much as she doesn't like it, she wants to let him in more and wants to, you know, talk to him more, whether it's about that or just in general. I think that's kind of where she's sitting with Taguchi. She feels very comfortable and comforted by him, which I don't think she ever expected to find from someone, because usually it's like, oh, there's someone in the party who wants to hang out with you. Well, they probably want to bone, and I don't bone within the party. That's not a thing I do anymore. No, we did that once, never again. But Taguchi almost has sort of an infectious spirit to him, where he's just easy to be around. And I think a lot of people in the party have kind of noted that about Tag. Like, Tag's just chill. And I think he's really what the party as a whole needed. So that's definitely something that Avi has noticed. That's like, I think the group kind of needed
Everyone needed a dad.
Everyone needed a dad. Like, Spence and you and I have talked about that. But
yeah,
where it's like, we needed an anchor, especially with how turbulent everything is within Honokuni. I think having an anchor like Taguchi is really good for them.
Just to double check, wasn't their
yes.
previous anchor Quinn?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
A very different anchor.
A very different anchor.
It's very, very different. And I'm like, yeah, maybe if Quinn was less ha-ha, Avi would have got on with him.
Yeah. Maybe if
like,
Quinn was a dad.
Maybe Quinn was a dad. Maybe once he pops out some airs, he'll calm down.
Yeah. Quinn is a puppy.
Quinn
Tag is that old lab that you've known for like 10 years.
It's true. It's like, oh man, I'm a cat person. This one? Yeah. I mean, she's dating a golden retriever boy, so
Right.
Yep.
she attracts a type, I guess.
Yep.
I was gonna say.
Yeah. Golden-haired golden retriever boy. Let's see. Oh yeah, and Miriam was cut in half. Actually, Avi didn't find out about that until after the fight. He was cut in half by a Vorpal sword, which was...
Oh.
And only his armor was holding him together, and that was...
That's a surprisingly inefficient use of a Vorpal sword. You're usually supposed to go for the neck, but like that's really just a flare. That's some fucking flare to go straight through the torso with the neck cutting sword.
Don't die. But Avi actually didn't see that. She was knocked out at the time, 2 failed death saves. Tag was trying to revive her. And then Miriam got cut in half after that. But it has definitely reinforced that Avi needs to protect Miriam at all costs and keep that promise that she made to Quintus. That promise is so fucking important to her. It's part of the reason that she's like wanted to like open up to Miriam more. Also, she feels a very like sibling style love for Miriam. She feels defensive of him because of like previously it was because, well, you've been very good to me, and also my mom kind of fucked your life up in a lot of ways. Like, yeah, I didn't have anything to do with it and I didn't know it was happening, but you know, fuck, I'm very protective of you because of that. And then Quintus promised to protect him, and she's like, fuck, okay. So it is reinforced how important that is to her, and how important Miriam is to her just as her friend. Yeah.
That's heckin' fair. That's heckin' fair. I mean, also, you know, we just had a long talk about how you don't like getting close to people because then you feel hurt when they leave.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, watching them or hearing about them die, it's probably not good for that trauma.
Yeah, she doesn't do well with any of that shit, so she's like, no, if I don't hang out with people, I don't have to deal with it. Ha! I figured it out.
Oh, I'm so
Therapy
bored.
costs money. I can just keep everyone away from me and it'll work out.
Can't wait to hurt Aviana with tag.
You're such a dick.
I'm so excited.
Spencer's
know.
like, I'm gonna die in the most heart-wrenching
Yeah.
way.
But dude,
I've
it'll
been playing
be
the Death
juice.
Flags for tag for so long. My favorite joke to do is fucking, come on guys, we've got to get out of here. I have a family to take care of.
Fucking, you gotta like have a little notebook, and in it, they have a makeshift calendar with, at the end of it, like, tell Aviana the big secret, and there's X's all the way through it, but it's like 2 days out. And then when you die, they find that on you, and it's like, what was it gonna be? What was the secret?
And it's just like, I like chocolate ice cream.
Yeah.
I told you it was vanilla, but I lied. Oh, what a
great.
death flag filled boy. Speaking of that death flag filled boy, next question we have is, Dear Tagachi, would you say that your loyalty to the Crystal Queen at this point is caused more by a sense of duty to the person she was, or the potential danger she could pose to your family should you turn against her?
I think his loyalty is still to the, like, his sense of duty is to the person that she was. Like, that's the person he swore his oaths to, his paladin oaths, I guess. But with that said, she absolutely poses a threat to his current family. Like if she ever found out what the hell happened in Honokuni, she could absolutely just slaughter them with a goddamn wave of her hand. So it's like, I have to walk on eggshells as soon as I get out of here.
You right.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this is, he's in a very bad situation right now regarding the Crystal Queen.
You pop back in the second you left from Honokuni, and you're like, hey, Satsumaru, if you ever, say, you know, hypothetically, you had a chance to become an evil vampire, you wouldn't take it, right?
You wouldn't take it.
You wouldn't do that. You're not that kind of person.
Well,
already an evil
Yeah. Yeah, she was already a vampire when... he
Right,
got
but was
put
she
in
already an evil vampire?
Well,
Working
yeah.
on
She was. She had a foot
She
in the
didn't
door.
choose to become a vampire either. There was a whole thing in both their backstories where she was basically undeadified, along with Taguchi, by a wave of undeath. Essentially, it was a bad time.
That sounds like a bad time.
Fucking bug god thing in the fucking...
weird bug god that has a lot of undeath stuff going on, and we unburied it, and as soon as that happened, wave of undeath that killed almost everybody there except for Tag and Crystal Queen.
Whew.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's a whole thing.
Yeah. But anyways, no, his sense of duty is still to the Crystal Queen. Like, his ultimate goal is to get her back to where she was before, like, reverse her vampirism. So, he doesn't know exactly how to do that yet. But
sure, I'll get there one of these days.
Mm-hmm.
Find another bug god.
He's got all the time in the world. So...
I'm sure there's other bug gods out there. Just go find one that, you know, brings people back from the dead.
There you go.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Sounds plausible.
It'll be fine. Other question for Tagachi. Dear Tagachi, you always seem so level-headed and nice, but surely someone must get under your skin more than others. Who is your least favorite person?
Who's my least favorite person? Who's Tag's least favorite person? It takes so much.
It does.
For people to get under his skin. Oh.
There's this guy at the local Arby's. And I really, really hate him.
He always gets my order wrong.
Doesn't even work there. Just sits in the corner booth all day, every day, grinding his teeth. I can't say what it is, but I hate him.
That's the man. He doesn't have a lot of like people he doesn't like, because he's pretty chill. Like, he's got things he doesn't like about people, like, but still likes them. For example, like Flux and his weird questions regarding just random things, even though he knows, like, he's just curious and he doesn't understand better. But like, stop asking to use his lungs as another form of storage, please.
Stop asking me which of my children is my favorite.
Yeah, don't ask that.
That was so good.
Oh,
What was the answer, though?
He said,
Surely
like,
you must
I
be
don't-
more proud of one than another.
He's like, I have no favorites.
What they all say.
Aviana just in the background, like,
Yeah.
I like that's your Avi. Like,
yeah, just like such sudden sharp pain, it's just like out of character for a single noise.
Yep.
Just, like recomposes herself.
I'm good. I'm good. Her voice isn't actually that low.
Right.
It's all an act.
He doesn't like Hirohito. I
Okay,
guess.
alright.
But I'm sure there are other people in like the Crystal Queen's army as well, because it's that he's probably not a fan of at this point, because she's probably filled it with vampire spawn and other evil things.
Probably.
Yeah. But
That's I guess
Yeah.
there might be someone is the answer.
yeah, basic. That's the answer, really. That's the best answer I think he has. He just doesn't have it in him to hate somebody a lot, like a lot of the
so
time.
good.
It wasn't even who do you hate, it's just who's your least favorite person. He's like, oh, I can't pick. I love them
just
all so
can't.
much.
Yeah. He really didn't like Celshay when she
What a
was around.
bitch.
Yeah. Like, well, I don't like you. I don't like you one bit. But those are people you're not supposed to like, so.
That's fair, I suppose.
Yeah.
Speaking of people that you might or might not be supposed to like, dear Tag and Avi, do you still hold any hope for Lord Baroth, our depressed Lord Protector? Still think he can be saved? Given his life was kind of wrecked without anything he could do, does he deserve a second chance? One that's better than what he has now?
As far as Tag is concerned, yeah. I think everybody. He thinks that everybody deserves a second chance.
And a third chance, and a fourth
And then a
chance,
third
and a fifth
yeah.
chance, and a sixth chance.
Yeah.
Infinite chance works.
Mm-hmm. He's they got off a little rocky, but he's come around on Lord Baroth, I think. He's he helped the party out in one of their fights. And he's like, "You know what? You're cool. You're neato."
Not too shabby there. Baroth.
Mhm. Yeah.
I don't remember much about Lord Baroth, but I can gather that he is a depressed Lord Protector of some kind.
He was the former Lord Protector of Summergrass.
Hanzo killed his High
yes,
Lord.
I remember him now. Yep, I remember him now. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can you really blame anybody for getting Hanzo'd? I personally
Nah.
can't.
I can't.
Like a force of nature, that man.
A beautiful force of nature.
Beautiful.
Oh.
Sexy force of nature.
Eating swords like chocolate chip cookies. Look at him go.
Aw.
So hot. Look at him nibbling on that piece of rust.
Eating. It's like
Fucking-
a cartoon character eating a corn on the cob.
That was the deleted scene right after they had that interaction at the warehouse where, you know, like, I'll bring you some hearty stew. And it's like, yay, I get hearty stew. And then everybody leaves and the door closes and just in the darkness for a little bit. And he pulls out a sword and just... Oh, my bonus to attack is so high now.
Oh, man.
So, Avi, Lord Protector.
Yes.
I think, at this point, she is pretty sure that he can be saved, and she saw in him during the fight when he actually helped out with his horrible acting, but she's like, better, so who am I to judge? But especially after our last encounter with him, she's under the impression that he wants to be saved and is looking for an out. And whether that's correct or not, that's kind of where she's landed. It's like, you're looking for not only purpose, but you're looking for a way out. Because we got a scroll recently where we can actually release souls from Honokuni. Like, Fenris has attuned to it, and she can release souls from Honokuni using it, and we can, like, destroy, like, the crimson butterflies that we run into a lot, which are essentially ghosties that are stuck there. And they're a pain in the ass to deal with, but no longer, because, you know, scroll. He was really curious about it. He's like, does it actually release people from Honokuni? And it's like, okay, you're asking a lot about this, buddy, and you're sad and wanting confirmation, so she thinks he can definitely be saved. I stand by definitely like what I've said before in Chat19, where if he were to ask for help and wanted to go back to Summergrass even, like, I can't imagine that. That would be whiplash. That would be a lot for everyone involved. But she would do her best to help him if he, like, genuinely asked for it and wanted to try again. It's like, I'm not gonna let you take the protector position because, one, job's taken. Also, two, you fucked it up last time. Start small, buddy. But, you know, I think he deserves a second chance.
Yeah.
For sure.
Also, if he does become the Lord Protector and you don't like that, you do know a guy who's really good at getting rid of Lord Protectors of Summergrass.
I mean, Hanzo got rid of the High Lord, so...
Yeah. He could shoot lower if he needed to.
Yeah, it's like, hey man, I thought he was cool. I need you to take and it can't be, I can't do it. Like, I just can't. Well, I can't because I don't have anyone to get me out of trouble. Not allowed to.
The secret tip about being in jail is that unless they know that it's Hanzo they're holding, the bars are made of iron.
Exactly.
And then Hanzo just walks up and
he just eats his way through. Exactly.
He's just nibbling.
Yeah. Don't worry, I'll get you out.
The yokai in him is like, delicious. Yum.
His eyes kind of cross the outsides of his face. He's just like, yummy iron.
Love it.
What a feral boy in this hypothetical silly skit we're doing.
Yep.
Okay. Next question I have, I probably should have asked earlier, and generally people should ask more often, but dear Taguchi, Dagooch, how you doing? You doing okay, bud? You okay there, bud? Yeah.
Not great, honestly. He's thinking about some stuff that's not super comfortable to think about, I guess. Because he was basically in the Crystal Queen fight. She forced Taguchi, like, hey, pick between your friends and your family, because if you pick your friends, I'm going to get, like, once I get out of here, after I kill you and your friends, I'm going to slaughter them next. And it's like, okay. And he stood by his friends because to him, it felt right in the moment. But after the fight, he's just thinking like, okay, but like I actually did, like if that were real, I doomed my family to die for my you know, morals.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that doesn't feel great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's okay. You just gotta bring them to the fucking the bug god, and then turn them into undead. It'll be fine.
His family comes back as zombies. Like
Brains, Papa. Brains.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh, this is bad. But he's feeling a bit better now that he had the opportunity to talk with Flux and Aviana before their big old fight with Phoenix and Ship. So he's feeling a little better now, but
That's good.
he hasn't had a lot of time to process the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. I think we've asked this question before on Chat19, and the answer was a very similar energy of like, not great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just the general feeling all across Honokuni, I think.
Except in the dragon's flavor horde, which I'm still not over.
Listen, I don't even eat. Like, I can't even enjoy this.
I will give you the immense gift of being able to taste your food. It's like fucking psych, I guess. I don't eat.
Crap.
Fucking oof. Next question I have is for both of yous. Dear Mommy Anna and Papa Gooch, what has been the scariest part of exploring Honokuni for you? Will it change how your characters think and behave once you've escaped?
The thing with the Crystal Queen, I think, is probably the
Yeah,
scariest.
very.
for
To
Taguchi.
be fair, there might be some recency bias in there, but that's definitely up there.
Yeah. That was
That's fair.
personally, I think, for Taguchi, like, yeah, this was bad. This was pretty bad.
I get that. Mommy Anna, what do you hate most here?
I think Aviana would definitely agree that the Crystal Queen fight, and also it was the being separated from half the party and not knowing what the fuck was going on there. So I think the scariest was definitely, like, up to this point, the scariest has definitely been dealing with the Crystal Queen. Maybe that's subject to change, but who knows?
There might be worse things yet to come, I suppose.
Fucking probably. This place sucks.
It's the worst place.
It's literally the worst.
Man, fuck that dragon. Why'd he put this here?
Yeah.
Fucking can't believe he did this.
God, this dragon's the real villain, I think.
Hoarding flavor and putting us here.
I know.
It's all his fault. He did this. It wasn't Miriam being, Ayo, Fanian, hook a brother up.
How do
No.
we know that the Faniant isn't actually the dragon?
Oh
Exactly.
my god!
we
Oh, you're so
know?
big brain.
The Faniant could be nothing more than a little sock puppet on the dragon's altogether too tiny hand.
we did meet a sapphire dragon that was basically a dog, but he had tiny little stupid arms, and I love him.
It did. It was very cute.
And he barked, and it was great. I love him. I want him.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yep.
But yeah, the scariest has definitely been the Crystal Queen fight. And will it change how your characters behave when you escaped? Yes. I don't think any of us are getting out of here remotely the same. Like, unscathed or unchanged. This is, like, you could, like, say that all experiences in life are ones that will stay with you, but I think this whole experience with the hunt and everything around it and everything learned here, there's no way, like, we can ever be the same. And that's really interesting because it's going to be so neat to see what comes of that.
Fucking, it's gonna be so interesting because you're gonna get fucking Quintus back, and he's gonna be the same little ball of sunshine. Cause he's just been playing Xbox in hell. Oh yeah, Spencer. Additional headcanon. Hell has Xboxes.
Oh, I see.
they get it. Nobody else gets Xboxes.
That's fine.
Yeah. So Quinn's just been chilling, playing fucking Halo on the Xbox.
And Halo with Stradivarius.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Big fan.
Face me on Blood Gulch. Battle rifles only, no shields. Oh. You have an advantage because your hands are the correct size for the controller. Anyway, fucking, that's yeah, Honokuni seems appropriately traumatizing.
Just a little bit.
Next question I have is for the Spanker Boy. Tag and Vogan are both great, but very different. What's your favorite and least favorite thing about playing each of the characters?
Okay. I think my favorite thing about playing Tag, it's probably just how supportive he is. I think, like, he's very much a team. He's a team player a lot of the time now. But I can, yeah, no, my favorite thing about Tag is just that he's stop it. He's yeah, I just like his energy a lot. Like Hayden said earlier, like he's kind of the energy that the party really needed. I don't think the party would be nearly as all right with Vogan around.
Oh my god.
Like, mechanically or like just mentally. It would have been.
Yeah.
Yeah. He would have brought a very different energy to Honokuni. But
Vogan would, I assume, attempt to become a fucking table member. And just start trying to hunt people.
Fuck you, Keen!
Fucking Keen.
I'm gonna take your fucking job.
Won't help us.
I'm gonna take your fucking job, Keen.
Keen might actually come around with us.
Yeah. Right? No, there would be no chance if Vogan were there.
No.
No. God damn it. But I think the least favorite thing about Tag is, mechanically speaking, how unmobile he is. And nobody wants to stay within 10 feet of Tag, so a lot of his abilities are useless.
Sorry!
It's like, son of a bitch!
I'm a melee fighter!
So is Tag!
So is Tag! God damn it, I should take... It's like, I wanted to take Sentinel so bad, just to keep Avi within range.
He only uses it on her.
Yep.
He just fucking takes his opportunity attack just to punch, so it always does a flat 1 damage, so that you can't leave.
What the fuck?
It's like, stay here.
No!
You will stay within the aura of Daddy's love, or I will be very sad.
Yep. As for Vogan, favorite thing about Vogan probably is his mechanics and how much of a fucking Nova machine he is. I love that.
Oh my god, he's disgusting.
It's so fun. It's so fun just to melt things with Vogan. And I also just, I like his energy. I don't think I'd have nearly as much fun with Vogan in Honokuni.
Oh god,
but
no.
I really enjoy him out, like in like, you know, the regular world at large. It's it's real good. He would not have done very well in Honokuni though. Least favorite thing about Vogan. He doesn't have spells. Spells are fun.
Fair.
Fair.
Spells just get in the way of melting people.
Exactly. But spells are fun and I like healing people. I've recently discovered this about myself. I really like playing support classes. Like even in like video games and shit like that.
Yeah, they're fun.
Yeah, they're good. I'm just like, I'll be the healer. I'll keep all you alive. Y'all can do the cool things.
I honestly feel like I have much more fun min-maxing a healer because you can just, like, the worst you do as, like, a disgusting healer is that everybody's at full health.
Yep.
Like, the enemies are still potentially just as, like, you know,
the most boring round for a
yeah.
healer is the first round where nobody's hurt.
Right? Pretty much, yeah. Just like that's like it's fun to like absolutely go off and reverse all the damage that the enemies have done.
Yeah.
It feels good. And then if an enemy's particularly lethal, you get to have that little fucking micromanage moment where you got to run around between everybody trying to heal them.
Yep.
And it's fucking fun. I like it. I like
great.
healers too. Healers are fun.
Yeah. I really want to play a healer next. That'd be
Heck
fun.
yeah. Heck yeah.
But,
fucking do it.
Nah, yeah, that's I think that's probably just my least favorite thing about Vogan. Like how like he can't interact a lot with like party mates and just doesn't have a lot of abilities that affects like the world. Like, you know? But that said, he's still very fun. He's a very good boy, and I love him.
I miss
He's
his
so good.
face.
Everybody does.
Fan.
Like a lot of people miss Vogan. And just
a little garbage
at least for the people I've talked to in the party.
Yeah. I miss my little goblin little brother energy.
Yeah.
I miss
I
laughing
love their
at
little
Nemric.
laughing at Nemric bits. Yeah.
Yeah. I love that that's the last thing they did together.
Yep.
It's amazing.
It's great.
It's
Such healing negativity from Vogan.
so good. I love it.
Next question I have. One of the very actually, yeah, the last question.
Oh shit.
Is this one. Dear Hayden, happy 2-year anniversary! It's difficult to picture without Aviana, but if something tragic were to happen to her, what do you think you'd play next?
Oh shit.
Oh, it's the last question. I'm like, I'd be a dick if I didn't answer this. Because I actually, I have a concept in mind for what I would do if Avi bit it. It's
If you don't want to share it, because it's
I don't
like
want
to
to
keep it a
share
surprise, that's
that,
fine.
but I think I would want to, if I wasn't gonna do that, I wanted to bring in, cause the class I was gonna play if Avi bit it, I changed what class I wanted to do, cause Logan gave me too many good options. He's like, here's things I made, and I'm like, well, shit, I like those. I was gonna bring in a gnome monk. And I wanted to, I'm like, I don't know if it would have been approved, but I wanted to do the Cobalt Monk because I really like their abilities. I'm like, yeah, it would have to be Somnus Domina, obviously, but I like, I think it's level 3, you get Extract Aspects, and you can learn all of the, like, resistances and immunities, and also, like, the, like, their vulnerabilities of an enemy. Like, if you get a hidden on them, you learn all that shit. And it's great, especially for big bad fights. But I also like just the way, I haven't played a monk in a long time, and they're one of my favorite classes to play, I've learned. But I think after Avi, because she's such a close range fighter, I might play a caster after her. Because I'm really enjoying Regan over on our Princess Eclipse campaign that Aaron runs. I'm really, really loving Regan. I like doing the long range casting. Casting spells is so fun. It's been a while since I've played a full caster, and I'm just the best time. Like, Wizard was my favorite time, and it still is. Evocation Wizards, mwah, delicious, so good.
Love it.
I love them, but yeah, I think I might just go like the opposite of Avi of small caster because
That
he's
loves everyone and is super open and cheery and delightful. A ray of sunshine.
The thing is, I'm already playing the loves everyone for the most cheery and open with Regan. So I'm like, who knows? I don't know who they'd be personality-wise. Like, come out building. But I was like, yeah, I think they would definitely have a very different demeanor from Avi. But Avi's so layered that I'm like, oh, if anything happened to her, I'd be so heartbroken. Because one, it's 2 years with this, and also, like, she's just fun. She's fun to, like, just explore and just be in that headspace is so interesting. I'm like, yeah, but I have some ideas for things I'd like to play next, for sure.
That's totally fair. Well, with that, we now move on to the most not a game with the knowest stakes ever conceived, where I tell you which questions were submitted by your fellow players on Nat19. First up, we have Dear Spanker. Tag and Vogan are both great, but very different.
I was just looking at that one, thinking, like, that's probably a player one.
Do you want to, just for fun, do you want to guess who it might have been?
I'm going to say Izzy.
Izzy, it was Carrie.
Wow, okay.
I know. And the next question...
I didn't think she'd be awake to ask
I was
that.
also surprised. It was delightful. The next question was also submitted by Carrie. Dear Hayden, happy 2-year anniversary. It's difficult to picture without Avi, but if something tragic were to happen, etc., etc. Those were the two questions submitted by your fellow players, with the exception, of one question. One of these questions was actually submitted by Alejandro.
Oh, I know. I don't know which it was, but I did. I was like, hey, ask a question.
Which one do you think it is? Do you have any guesses?
Okay, let me look, because he did say, he's like, what did he say? He's like, you'll hate it, which means I'll either love it or hate it.
You'll hate it. Yep. Are you having a hard time finding it?
Yes.
That's because I didn't submit it. It's because it's this one.
All right.
Dear Taguchi, you explain the birds and the bees to Aviana before she deflowers herself to that wench known as Rory.
What an asshole. I love you, baby. But fuck you. You stupid bitch.
Oh my god.
All right. All right, Dad.
Oh no.
Playing the birds and the bees. Do it.
So one of these days you're gonna find a bee, you bird. And
oh, she'd throw him out of an airplane if he said that. So, Aviana, I know you're thinking about some things and some stuff about this Rory boy, and I know I know I haven't met him yet, but he sounds like a good young good lad. He's got a good head on his shoulders, no matter what Miriam says. I just want you to know that I want you to practice safety. Safety first before you do anything. So sit down. He sits on her bed. Pat's next to him.
No.
So I just want you to be sure that you're safe. And though I was never good at giving this talk.
I'm gonna stop you right there. Been there, done that. I'm good.
Okay. Thank goodness.
It's like, I'm gonna save us both some uncomfortableness here.
Okay, good. Puts away puppets.
No. Leave those underneath. And make it weird.
What? You
just trust. Just do it.
Huh. I better not find them in some weird spot later.
For the love of God, if I pick these up and they're crusty. I worked a very long time on these puppets.
Ami would just like leave them like slightly, if they had like rooms like under like Nemric's bed, like just to like in a way that it just freaks him out. Where you know like shit looks weird in the dark.
Yeah.
You're like, there's someone in my room.
Just play Elf on a Shelf with these puppets. Leave them in weird spots.
You know what I do with like the cutouts that I have?
Yeah.
Oh, it's
so
great.
Oh, well, that's delightful. And with that, that is the final question on this episode of Chat19. Thank you, everyone in the call, for coming by and answering all these questions. I had fun with you all today. It was a good time.
You're welcome.
Yeah. And thank you, everybody, for listening. If you've gotten this far, I appreciate you all so much. You're all amazing. We love you. Mwah. Y'all incredible. Next month, I'm trying to remember exactly who that is again. I was just told very recently.
Alejandro and Carrie, right?
Ah, that was the other. I remembered Alejandro. I forgot the other person that was going to be there. I'm such a good friend. So next month is going to be Alejandro and Carrie. So if you have any questions for them, that will be in the form in this video's description, as well as on our Twitch page. Go ahead and send them some questions. Wrench is going to be a fucking handful this next time. It's not going to be an easy session like this.
He's always a handful.
Yeah. That is Wrench personified. A handful.
Yeah.
And it's not full of good stuff.
He's just trash panda Angie.
It's full of acorns and other things.
This baby can hold so many acorns.
Bibbidi bobbidi fucking I'm Wrench. I like
Bibbidi bobbidi. I guess. What a good impression. Bibbidi bobbidi, I don't know.
What's up? I don't know. Fucking.
That sounds like verbal components for a spell. Well, yes, those forms would be in the video description or on our Twitch page. Go over there, send them questions in. We'd love to hear from y'all. Thank you, everybody who did submit questions for this episode. We appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. And, Hayden, where can people find you?
You guys, you can find me primarily on my Twitter, where I post really sappy Twitter threads about how much I love my friends. I'm usually over on my Twitter. You can find me at Haybale Voice, HAYBALE Voice. I had to remember how to spell it. That was harder than it should have been. You can find me over on my Twitter. You can find me over on Nat19 a lot. Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. You can also, I'm getting back into it. Find me.
Oh, you cut out as you were trying to say the last thing.
You're cutting out a lot, Hayden.
I don't know what's happening.
I think Discord's noise gating you.
Oh, probably. Well, I cranked up my game. See if that did anything.
You got it.
Oh.
You just got into it recently. It was.
You can catch me over on my VTuber stuff. Scylla Aria, SYLLA AIA.
Hooray.
On Twitter and over on Twitch, where I'm a tiny little fairy and I make dice and stuff, which I'll be getting back to this week. Woo.
Dice. And Spencer, where can people find you?
I guess you could find me on Twitter. I don't post anything.
That's true.
Yeah.
But you're there.
Find me
you
there.
People.
You search Buddy VA. You probably find me there.
I think it's at Mr. Buddy VA because another person took Buddy VA.
Yeah.
Yes.
Freaking Buddy Veterans Affairs.
I know.
God
unforgivable.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Heck yeah. And then as for me, I've been Chase, also known as Coffin Jockey. Made the joke come full circle. And you can find me on Twitter at Coffin Jockey. You can find me on the Schmuck Squad. You can find me, occasionally doing the Chat19 stuff and doing stuff for Something Witty. Every other Friday, I do a D&d game over on the Something Witty Twitch. We play D&d with Dispense Boy as a DM. It's a fun time. Go check it out. But yeah, thank you all so much. Thanks for coming here. Thanks for watching stuff. Appreciate y'all so very much. and we'll see you on the next episode of Chat19. Goodbye, everybody!
Goodbye!